we turn our books to the Bible in Joshua in the Old Testament towards the front. The book of Joshua in the Old Testament. The book of Joshua, chapter 5. We've been in a series of Joshua for the last couple of Sundays, and Joshua chapter 5. We're going to be looking at verse number 9 and reading as the Holy Spirit leads us. If we're able, we can stand to our feet. It's in the Old Testament. Amen. Towards the front. Chapter 5. Thank you, Jesus. He hold my hand. Woo! Woo! He hold my hand. Yes, Lord. The prophet is somewhere. Put down the mic. You got to say your voice, but something about that song. Oh, he hold my hand. He lead me. He guide me along my way, Lord. I can't make it alone. Thank you, Lord, for leading me. Yes, Lord, guiding me, Lord Jesus. Hallelujah. Yes, Jesus. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Yes, Lord. Joshua chapter 5. Looking at verse number 9. Are we there? Are we there, saints? Hallelujah. Thank you, Lord, for your word. And it reads, and the Lord said unto Joshua, this day I have rolled away the reproach of Egypt from off you, my God. Wherefore the name of the place is called Gilgad unto this day. And the children of Israel encamped in Gilgal and kept the Passover on the 14th day of the month, and even in the plains of Jericho. And they did not eat of the old corn, and they did eat of the old corn of the land on the morrow after the Passover, unleavened cakes and parched corn in self-same day. And the manna ceased on the morrow after they had eaten of the old corn of the land. Neither had the children of Israel manna any more, but they did eat of the fruit of the land of Canaan that year. My God, you might be seated in the presence of the Holy Spirit in this house.
Thank you, Lord.
God said they ceased. The manna was no longer needed, for he gave them a promise that the land of Canaan had everything that they needed. And as they crossed over the Jordan, God kept his promise, for the soil was rich, and he ceased giving them manna. God ceased giving us stuff because he's seen that we're capable of standing on our own 2 feet through his Spirit. If you allow me for a topic, getting a new start. Getting a new start. In the series of Joshua, starting at the first chapter, as we talked about, that God already gave Joshua's provision to take over the land of Canaan. He explained to him that every place that I proceed out of your mouth and every place that your foot step, you will own it, that you will take the territory. Told him up front in chapter 1. And then in chapter 2, he shared with them that we have some things that we have to face to get over to that territory. That is a place called Jericho. And Jericho was one of the strongest cities in the land of Canaan. And it's amazing how God would take a situation. He don't take the small stuff and work his way up. He gonna show you his power right up front. He don't take your small problems. He take your great inhuman's big problems, your gigantic problems, problems that you don't even want to face or look at. He'll put them right in your face. He said, trust me with this. I'm going to show you my power. And that's what he done with the Israelites. He took them to Jericho. They said the city had walls of 25 to 30 feet in the air. They said the walls was thick as 4 to 5, 6 feet thick. Can you imagine the thickness of the walls? But he showed them that they could take the city. He showed them that he made provisions, that now that you're being obedient, that you're forgetting about what your forefathers done, and you're listening to what I'm telling you, getting a brand new start. See, for you to get a brand new start, you have to make up in your mind that you're going to do some things differently. You can't go about the same way as you always done things. When you get a brand new start, you can't, my God, you got to scrap all those things you used to do. And you can sit up there, okay, I'm tired of this. I'm wiping my slate clean, and I want to start all over again. God said, I'm going to give you a good start if you just trust me and obey me. So now they come into Jericho, but they sent the spies into Jericho, and then the spies came back with a good report. And Rahab protected the spies. I'm just bringing you up forward on the speed of the story. But they said that they were able to take the land. They were able to defeat the city of Jericho. And then in the time that they came back, they were getting together, contemplating their strategy, how they were going to do it. See, God always have a strategy plan. He always have something in the makings. He just need us to stand still. My God, just stand still and hear from him. Let him work some things. Let him do some things in your life. Let him put you in a good place. Let him have people in your mind to encourage you. Just stand still and let him do his work. That's what he was doing to me. He put him in a place called Gilgal. This is going to be base camp. You're going to come here and rejuvenate yourself. You're going to come here and sit back and tarry and pray with me so I can reveal myself more to you. And that's what he was doing at this time period. So he said, now before we go over in Jericho, we got to get all the people over the Jordan River. See, that's what happened last week. We got to get over on the Jordan. See, now the Canaanites, 40 years back, I'm trying to tell you the story now, 40 years back, they didn't care about Israel. They said, yeah, you crossed the Red Sea, but you ain't going to mess with our territory. And the fear got into the Israelites, and they stayed in the wilderness 40 years. My God, they stayed there. And I told you last week, saints of God, we ain't going to stay in the wilderness for those 40 years. We ain't going to walk around and ain't going nowhere. We're going to move. But we're willing to step out and touch. Remember that? Make that first step. So last Sunday, we made that first step over to the Jordan. And they said when the priest stepped out their foot, my God, just the faith of obedience and following up what God asked, oh my God, don't you understand this? Having the faith to step out, God moved. He didn't move until they had the faith to move themselves. You're sitting there waiting for God to throw a lightning bolt down there, turn your life all around. God said, I'm waiting on you to bust the first move. Then when you make the faithful move, then I'm going to have everything in your faith. And then the water parted and moved as they stepped up. Their first step, and the water moved. And then let me get on with the story. And then they crossed the Jordan River. But what I like about them, when they crossed, they crossed on dry ground. My God. Didn't get their feet muddy. They didn't get their roads muddy. They crossed on dry land. And remember what I told you, God will put you right in the center of your mess, and he'll let you look at both ends of it. He said, I got it from the beginning, and I'm going to help you to the end. So he put